Hello, my name is Keith Higgs, and I'm passionate about love. I've received many messages from love, many of which are published in my 3 books. And I'm looking to share them because they touch people's hearts. This particular message is a story that I received about a year ago. It's not published yet. It's called A Story of Light, Then to Darkness and Back. And let's gather around somewhere beautiful in the sunset and share this story together. Just like we're sitting around a campfire and listening to a story of creation. Let me tell you a story. There once was a being who'd been formed as a part of divine love. This being existed in a perfect state of love, unity, relationship, and oneness with everything. All-knowing, all-loving energy, apart, individuated, and, as a mystery, also the whole. There was no separateness, and in that state of ultimate bliss and connection. That being was also the divine. Where can one divide energy? That is impossible. That energy could manifest and experience in many ways, like a cloud, deciding to become many individuated and unique snowflakes. Yet each was but a droplet of the water once united in the cloud, now dancing in the wind, in a dance of unison and uniqueness, merging once again as they melted in love back into the ocean, completing for a moment their dance of life. Once upon a time, there was a desire born also to create and be truly separate, an impossibility. But in love, the Father allowed it as a game, and the dark illusion had come to pass. This seemingly separate being demanded to create, but in truth, in its limited state, it could only make a poor copy of all that it had seen from the wonders of its previous existence. Thus, the complexity of this illusion was born. In struggling to prove its separation, a world of paradox was created, where duality and opposites thrived. Fear and hate were needed to keep the presence of separation. The more the being wanted to prove its control, the further it moved in defiance from the Father to a state of complete denial, demanding its own supremacy. It created its own world in illusion, its own body, and many like, yet supposedly separate beings, all a part of its imagined creation. Sadly, moving from love into a world of competition, greed, and ultimate destruction. Determined to forget for a while its oneness, it deemed to create the opposite, leading to a lonely, blind alley, verging on despair and seeming ultimate separation. Forgetting all joy in a sad, misguided experiment, this world of chaos was born, and through stubbornness, refusing to admit defeat and failure, it continued to grow and degenerate. Now, the good news. Fortunately, none of this is real, and all the time that being was just playing an imaginary game, a dream gone wrong, proceeding down a dark path, becoming more of a nightmare. So fooled by the seeming reality and convinced by the programming of the game that it was a separate being, now just a body doomed to die. That being searched in its hopelessness for answers, knowing deep inside that all the things it saw just could not be. In the mists of its dream, a glimmer of hope, a faint remembering of a time before its sadness, a place of certainty seemed to be just a bridge away. That bridge, left by the father in love, as the way back home for when the child had finished playing its pretense of its desired separation. The journey back had become, slowly awakening and remembering, at first through dark mists, then the rays of the returning sun piercing the darkness with messages of once forgotten truths, searching for other sunbeams to unite again in the light, ever growing brighter, melting the darkness of a soon-to-be-forgotten night. Yes, we are returning to love, and once again remembering our oneness. Soon, all separation will be banished back into the dream. Only in moments of playfulness will we move into form, again to experience the joy of connection and bliss, never again forgetting the truth of our being and the love of ourself, our Creator. We are all one. We are divine. There's some beautiful lessons there to remember. Our oneness versus the craziness of this crazy world that I believe we all created, and the joy that it's soon to be transformed as we are transformed by looking inside and remembering who we truly are. Well, thank you for listening. If you like that, there's many other messages and subjects in my books. Visit the website, flybacktolove.com, for a free read of many of them. And watch out for more messages that I'm going to be recording, and invites to some of the talks, meditations, workshops that we'll be running. For now, a big virtual hug. I love you and look forward to meeting again.